Good morning, sixth grade math students. I've missed you. Seems like it's really been a long time since we met in class, but I've been thinking about you often, wondering what you're up to, wondering how you're spending your days, and if you're having trouble with your math assignments or anything. I do want you to call me or call one of your teachers or send us a text and let us know. So we've all missed you. We've been talking about that. So if you looked at your assignments for this week, um, you see we have some new things. We have something called solutions to equations. I know you've done this in the past, but we're now getting to a little bit more algebra. So I'll go ahead and show this to you. So if you look at Monday and Tuesday, we're finding solutions. We're solving equations on Wednesday and Thursday. And then on Friday, I have a checkpoint. You can either do this on paper or you can do it online over solving equations. I think you're going to find it's a pretty simple concept, and I really try to keep it simple for you since since I'm not with you in the classroom. There's two things I'm asking from you. When you watch my video from the Google Classroom, if you would just make a comment on Google Classroom just to kind of let me know who's watching, let me know if I'm wasting my time posting or not. And I said one per day because I do get an email every time you comment, and I don't want you to overwhelm me. If you have more to say, just send me an email instead of comment on the Google Classroom. But do please leave a comment and I do keep track of who's watching and who's commenting. Also, I thought it might be easier, instead of keeping up with your packet and turning it in say 2 weeks or whenever they collect them again, I thought if you could take a picture of your work each day and with your phone or with a Chromebook or something, and send me a picture electronically, either to my email or text it to me. And I thought this might be easier because I could immediately grade your paper, let you know how you did, and it's more immediate feedback instead of having to wait. So I would rather you send your work to me this way. Of course, not all of you have a cell phone or internet. Well, I guess if you had internet, you couldn't watch this video, though, could you? So if you could, please send to me electronically just for more immediate feedback. Okay, on to today's lesson. I'll be posting a video each day. Just kind of going through this. The very first page, if you read through it, you find out it's just notes. It's just examples. And it says read through each example. And this is about what does it mean to solve an equation? It means to find the value of a variable that makes the equation true. So first example, 5 plus what number is 13? So what value of y makes that true? It doesn't take long to figure out. It's 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. Second example, when you see a letter and a variable beside each other like that, it means they're multiplied together. So that means 4 multiplied by what number gives you 24. So you can already see my answer down there. It is 6 because 4 times 6 is 24. Not 4 times 4, not 4 times 7, but 4 times 6 gives you 24. And the third example is a little different because there's a decimal. So it takes a little bit longer to figure out. You're going to find some tricks if you think about, oh, look at that. The cat wants to get right in the way. Anna, you're right in our video. Does that bother you that you're right in our video? Say hello to everyone. Okay. All right, look at this. She's just right in the middle of my work. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, so what value, look at this, added to 1.2 will give you 7. May take a little bit of work, but we figure out it is 5.8. So this one I definitely want to check. Let's see what Anna says when I do this. So I'm going to try it. 5.8 plus 1.2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry the 1. And that gives me 7. So 7.0. That's the same thing. So the answer is 5.8. Okay, next page. The top part of this is pretty much notes, and I filled it all in except for one thing, this first part. What is it? The solution to an equation. The value of the variable that makes the equation So you look back on the first true, it says the value of the that makes the equation true. Okay, top right. What I know about it. I can treat the variable like a question mark to find the solution. So if it says 5 plus x equals 7, I would ask myself 5 plus what equals 7? And I figure it out that way. Lower left, I have some equations. The first one, some examples of some equations and solutions. The first one, 4 plus what number is 10? You see my solution is 6. 50 equals 10 times what? The solution would be 5. And the third one is a little interesting. It means half of what number is 6? Now, it's not saying half of 6. It's saying half of what number is 6? And you can see my solution is 12. Half of 12 is 6. For non-examples, I struggle with this one a little bit. So I just thought of an equation, and I thought of some things that are not solutions. So 3 times what number is 15? It's not 3. 3 times 3 is not 15. 3 times 6 is not 15. And 3 times 12 is not 15. So 3 times what is 15? Whatever you think. That would be your solution. So it would be 5. So down here it says, and I just have 8 problems, and I've already done one for you, and I'm going to do another one with you. Circle the equations for which 6 is a solution. So when you look at that first problem, you say, oh yeah, 6. I see 4. I see a plus 2. It must be 6. That's not what it means. It says, or it means, 4 equals, does 6 work for this? Is 4 equal to 6 plus 2? No, it's not. 4 is not equal to 6 plus 2. So this is not an equation that has 6 as the solution. Okay, look at the second one. So let's think about the variable being 6. Is it true that 6 minus 2 equals 4? Yes, that is a true equation. So 6 makes this one true. So that's one of them. The third one. So remember, when they're beside each other, it means they're multiplied. Is 6 times 6 going to equal 36? Think about that. Yes. So this would be true. So you're doing this for all these problems. You're thinking about whether 6 would work if you put it in place of that variable. This one, 12 divided by 6 equals 6. Okay, think about whether that's true or not. And I'll stop there and let you finish those. I will look at the last one. The last one confuses some people. When you see this fraction, remember that's the same thing as divided by. So 2 equals 6 divided by 12. 6 divided by 12, not 12 divided by 6. 6 divided by 12. Is that true? If it was 12 divided by 6, it would be, but this is not true. 6 divided by 12 is actually 0.5, which is 5/10, so it's not the same thing. So I'll go ahead and tell you this one's not true. Okay, that's all you're doing. I've only left you 3 problems to finish. So think about whether 6 would be a solution to those. Circle the ones that have 6 as a solution and mark out the ones that don't. Don't forget, when you're finished, just take a picture of these problems right here at the bottom and send me that picture. All right, have a great day, guys.